I wanted to do one more thought on the Great 50-Day Adventure, which really was over last Sunday on Pentecost. And if you go back and you can see all my events, because the Great 50 Days is where you get to follow Jesus after his resurrection. Oh, and I had some great scriptures that you can read in, well, Luke 24, and I stayed mainly in John chapter 20 and 21. And then we jumped into Acts to see the ascension. And then again, last Sunday was Pentecost Sunday, got to share about that. But I wanted to share one more thing, because in Luke chapter 2, you read about Pentecost. But I want to read to you just the wrap up of Luke chapter 2, because I really think this is what God always meant the body of Christ to be. Now, we're about this. Sometimes we're about it better than other times. In fact, in our little church, Rivercross, I see us doing this. Oh, yes, we could even do it more. But we were never meant to be a religion. It's always meant to be a relationship. This is why I enjoy going to the body of Christ I go to at Rivercross. But let me read to you how that first, and when you read the beginning of Acts 2, Pentecost, and the Spirit came, over 3,000 people came into the church that day. That's where we left off. In fact, 42 said, and they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to the fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. Everyone was filled with awe, and many wonders and miraculous signs were done by the apostles. All the believers were together and had everything in common. Selling their possessions and goods, they gave to everyone as had need. Not giving to everybody what they wanted, but if there's a need, that's what they were doing. Every day they continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes, ate together, were glad with sincere hearts, praising God, enjoying the favor of all the people. And the Lord added to their number daily those that were being saved. That's how Luke 2 ends. I was thinking about, there's the ideal church. And I bet maybe you go to a church where you see that. Maybe we go to a church where we need to see more of that. Sometimes we say, okay, let's write out what we're all about. Well, maybe the last part of Acts 2 tells us what we should be about, and it's good to write. Church is going to have different, here's what we're about. That's fine. But man, I tell you, I wanted to share that one last passage on the Great 50 Days, even though that's not included into it. But Lord, help us, the body of Christ, be like we're reading at the end of chapter 2. Okay, well, God bless. And I've got some other things I'm going to be sharing on the road. And then, okay, when we get back to Advent, I'll get back into this again. But right now, God bless, and let's be the body of Christ that Jesus wants us to be.